I've been asked by the National Trust, where I volunteer, if I could make some trophies for their national food and beverage competitions. So this is an experiment on making an off-centre saucer for an espresso cup. I'm using oak from the Huendon portfolio estate, which has been drying for a couple of years in the barn in sticks, so it's quite good, and I've dried it again for another couple of months at home. So the moisture content hopefully is such that it will be fairly stable. So first off, I'm creating a tenon on the bottom and shaping the outside. Now this is, first off, is the tenon that's in the centre, and now I'm going to mark up and create an off-centre tenon for the bowl that's going to be the saucer bit, which is off-centre. So I've off-centred it by about 20 mil, and I'm now going to cut a fresh tenon. It might be a mortise, it depends upon how it goes. It's still between centres at this point, so I'm just plunging in with a straight-sided parting tool and cutting the recess. And then just a bit of tidying up to make sure that I can properly grip on that tenon when I need to. So now back to the regular tenon, which is concentric, making sure that now the top is flat to start with, and then I'm going to produce a slight dish. I decided that at the last minute, and then I need to finish this off as much as I can before I start trying to cut the actual bowl itself. I decided to cut a mark with a point tool around the outside, and then I quite like the look of that, so I decided to cut a series of concentric circles, and we'll see how that looks when the bowl itself is cut out, because you'll get an interesting effect, I hope. With any work where you've got an off-centre piece, you've got to make sure you don't take your hand out with the propeller at top effect that's going on. But once you've started to make the cut, it's just a simple regular bowl cutting action. It can be quite difficult to see where the actual edge of the off-centre platter is, so keeping on checking, and actually I put a pencil mark on at one point so I could see it against the ghost. And I've created a recess with a scraper that should hopefully match the size of the coffee cup, so that it sits nicely in there. And never knowingly under textured, time to get out the little texturing tool and create a bit of a pattern in the bottom to create a bit of interest, and then put some concentric circles around that, and that sort of balances up the idea of the two different concentricities of different circles. Gosh, that's a good word, concentricity. Does it even exist? And now to turn the bottom, I've progressively favoured using the Robert Sorby Longworth chuck over the button jaws, because it's just a bit quicker to actually install it. You don't need to unscrew the jaws off the chuck, but it only really fits the record power type chucks with a 50mm jaw. The Axminster ones that close are a bit bigger, doesn't feel secure on. Anyway, just using a spindle gouge to get rid of the double tenon effect at the bottom, and creating a slight dish so that there's a nice neat little foot. Quite a wide base as a result of the big tenon that I was using, but at least it'll be stable. And then again, a bit of texturing in the middle because I can't resist it. So good sand up and sealing off with hard wax oil, and then time to burn in the competition information on the top. This is the LaserPecker 2, and it took me quite a while to figure out how to do some curved text, and I cut out my little templates that I'd made in paper first to see how it was going to fit, but I just about managed to get it to go where I wanted it to go, using some masking tape to guide where it was going to burn. There are 2 lines of text, so I did each line separately, and this is just doing the second line burn now. Surprising how much smoke it actually creates. So I did have a fan on to blow the smoke away out through the back door, to try and avoid setting off any alarms. And there we are, finished off. Saucer, just got to finish doing the mug.